Hey guys, welcome back to Travel Check-ins with Saidah.
And Germaine.
Today we're going to be talking about why we prefer to live in Nairobi, Kenya over Dubai. We're going to just talk about it from our perspective. And I think we're going to start out with asking Germaine a question. Germaine, can you tell us or can you talk to us about the difference in affordability between Nairobi and Dubai?
Well, I didn't stay in Dubai long, so this is just off of research. So it is about 20% less to live in Dubai than it is the United States from what I gather online. So we didn't have to deal with the housing, but definitely the food we bought was definitely cheaper than what we paid since we've been back in the States.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just comparing Dubai food prices to the U.S. food prices, we definitely see a stark difference between the price. And then also comparing Dubai food prices to Nairobi food prices, it's even a difference.
Yeah, and Dubai is higher than Nairobi. I know they have differences like milk in Dubai and stuff like that. I think it's supposed to be higher. But overall, it was definitely a little bit cheaper than the States, but definitely higher than Nairobi.
So as you guys may know, our home base is in Nairobi, but we slow travel around the world. And Dubai was one of those places that we went to visit. Do you think we would go to Dubai and maybe stay a little longer term in Dubai in the future? Does the pricing or anything impact that decision?
Dubai has probably the best sites overall that I've seen anywhere, just to be honest with you, because everything's in that one city. But for me, it's like a 1 or 2 day trip. It's not really anything more than that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. So, like Germaine said, Dubai has so many amazing, Germaine said nice things to say. Like, Dubai has like the most amazing like architecture, the buildings. They just have a lot of structures that you're just not going to see in other places. And so like just comparing to Nairobi, Nairobi has the safari. They have the big five. They have Mount Kenya.
Yeah, yeah.
So Nairobi has Mount
The Rift
Kenya,
Valley,
the Rift Valley.
You said Massa Mara.
Right, the Massa Mara. So each place has its own unique things. But when it comes to like where we prefer to live, it's just Nairobi.
And I will say, Dubai has some unique things, but a lot of those things I've seen other places, like the fountains, the Burj Khalifa is just different. That's a whole different animal. They have a pyramid just like in Vegas. I've seen a few different things from Vegas actually there, but they do have some unique style buildings there that's kind of neat to see.
They definitely do, like the Museum of the Future, the one that's shaped like, I think it's shaped like an Arabic letter. I might be wrong. But also the Dubai Mall, which Germaine and I went to.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice. It's just so unique. They had this really, really large television screen in there.
Yeah.
One of the probably the biggest I've ever seen. Things in Dubai are just like over the top.
Right. Yeah. It's
over
right.
the top extravagance.
Yes. That's what it is actually. Over the top.
And even the aquarium that's inside the Dubai Mall is just amazing.
Yeah, we got a show in the aquarium, but I haven't even go into the place. It's
Right.
like just what they show you on the outside and make you come in.
It makes you want to come in. So we want to go around and we want to see more things in Dubai. But like Germaine said, we may go for a day or two. Dubai has some amazing things like the Dubai Frame. Remember that big like square building? They just have so many unique structures in Dubai. But in terms of living, we said like the cost of living is a little bit different.
Yeah, once I got used to Nairobi price, it's hard to actually live outside of that. Even coming back here home to the United States, I don't see how I'm going to do it again, like long term, because once you get used to that kind of thing, it's just like, okay, why are we paying these high prices for what?
So would you say that Nairobi not only provides a great cost of living, but a good balance between quality of life also?
Right.
And
that's
also-
why that's why I made it home, because of that quality of living. The whole thing, the whole package is, the food and all that kind of stuff. We'll get into that later.
So that allows us to parlay into our next topic, which is the sense of community. When you get to Nairobi, it's like you're in the thick of things. It's like all the community is right there.
Right.
Whereas when we arrived in Dubai, it seemed kind of, I want to say, deserted. Not deserted. Not deserted.
No, it's not deserted. It's orderly, so it's going to seem like less people, but it's a lot of people there. But as far as like when I come in Nairobi, I feel the warmth. There, it's cold as ice. You know, I ain't getting no hellos. You ain't getting nothing. You getting, hey, you pay this money and get gone.
Except for like when we went to the Dubai Mall, I think people were recognizing that we were Americans or foreigners because they asked, was you from the UK? And then the US. So I think when you're in a place where they're shopping, I think you're going to get more engagement because they want you to come to their shops and buy.
Money. Yeah.
But just like that overall welcoming feeling, even when we checked into the hotel, it was a vast difference between how when we check into the hotel in Nairobi.
Right. He was fine, right? He was professional.
Yes.
I would say that. But he wasn't like overly smiling or any of that kind of stuff. He wasn't doing none of that. Hello, how are you today, Mr. Washington?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But no, it's not the same.
So talk about how relationship and community ties play a big role in where we call home, and just maybe talk about like why we actually moved to Nairobi.
Well, we moved to Nairobi because of ministry, right? So a lot of our, we felt led by the Lord to go to Nairobi. Our friends there are Christian. They have a tight-knit community, and I would say just overall in Kenya, right? The community is much tighter. Like people will invite you to their house, they'll cook you dinner, they'll treat you like your family. That kind of thing is what we kind of cherish. And Nairobi, that's probably their best attribute, I would think.
And would you say it would probably be challenging for us to have like a faith-based community in a place like Dubai versus Nairobi because we're Christians, and I think predominantly Dubai is
they're Muslims. Yeah, so I mean, just on that probably make life a little bit difficult. I know you have Christians over there too, but we're just talking about being around like like-minded people for the most part. I find a lot of those in Nairobi.
Right, especially when you talk about quality of life. You do want to be able to connect with people on things that are important to you, on values. And I think like Christians and Muslims share some of the same values, but I don't know how deeply we would be able to connect because we don't share the same faith.
Right.
So it would be challenging.
But I will say they are orderly over there and they get things done. I will say that they don't play games. That's why it's probably the cleanest place I've ever been to in my life.
Ever been to?
Yeah, I don't know about you, but
I've never been to a cleaner place in my life.
Yeah, I haven't. So I will give them that. Whatever they plan with that, yeah, it's working. So
and the enforcement of the laws,
right.
It seems like they are very structured and organized when it comes to that. It's little things like even when Germaine and I were riding on the train, I had a Red Bull because we were trying to stay awake, and I didn't realize you couldn't drink on the train or eat on the train or even chew gum on the train. Right. But one of the things I noticed when we got on the train, even when we were in a train station, I was like, this is one of the cleanest trains I've ever been on.
The cleanest.
Like, I thought the train in Amsterdam was clean.
It was.
And it was clean, but then this was cleaner.
This is different.
This train looked like it just came off the assembly line clean. And they had white interior in the train, and it was so clean that it looks like you could have wiped it and no dirt would have came off. And I see why that's the case. Even when there were some young teenage boys coming out from school, they were kind of playing around a little bit.
Right.
And then they had some trash, and I saw the boy, he walked it over and put it in the trash can.
Right.
Whereas, being in New York or, being in a major city, you see people just throw trash or they throw it in the trash and the trash is overfull.
Right.
everything is organized. It's not like trash flowing over. It's really, really neat.
And that trash system, I don't know where the trash goes, but it's definitely not there. And I will say, I know there's another part of Dubai that we didn't go to,
we were in the
so
tourist part.
I can't speak for that. I can only
Right,
speak to
where the
I was.
locals, we can't speak for where the locals were living, but what we experienced in Dubai, right?
Right.
And can you even talk about like the structure and orderliness of like when we were traveling, like through the city? Like for instance, the conveyor belts. You know, we take a lot of conveyor belts and escalators.
Yeah, it was almost like an airport to me. That's what it reminded me of, like a big airport. There are a lot of escalators. I don't know what you call it, the conveyor belts to move you around.
Yeah, that move you from one, because the malls are so far.
Huge.
It's like an airport. You're walking such a far distance. Right. These conveyor belts just kind of move you along and help you get there. Otherwise, you'll be super tired by the time you get to the mall.
I mean, that's just speaking on them being orderly and, you know, ready for tourists, just to be honest with you.
And even the structure of it, like, you know, on the escalator and the conveyor belts, it said if you want to walk, you stand to one side.
Right.
If you want to keep moving, you go to the other side. Sometimes when we're in the airports, that's not respected.
Yeah, but you want to respect their rules.
It was respected.
Yeah, it's everything.
In Dubai.
I mean, we could talk about that stuff all day because they do everything orderly, orderly fashion. You're going to obey the rules, period.
So let's talk about, I guess, faith and fulfillment, which we did talk about a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
But mention how, because you know Dubai, right?
Right.
If we wanted anything that we would want in the U.S., do you feel like we could find it in Dubai?
I do.
Would it be as difficult as it is in Nairobi?
I don't think so, to be honest with you. I don't think so, but because, I mean, you got a lot of Westerners in Dubai, too, so you're going to have, I mean, Dubai's got a lot of money, so when you're dealing with money, you're going to have convenience. So, I mean, the material things, you definitely going to be able to get there. Right.
And so how does having access to the material things or not having it, how does that outweigh, you know, not having access to them in Nairobi?
That doesn't outweigh it to me. I'd rather be in Nairobi, just to be honest with you. The material thing, that's one thing I like about Nairobi. Like, when you come home, people got Versace and Gucci and all that stuff. And, like, you even get tempted to, should I get something? But in Nairobi, it's more chill. It's okay. People, they trying to make a living. They trying to be comfortable. They trying to hang around their family, make sure everybody's cool. So, I just love that part of life because that material stuff, man, you can't take any of that with you. And whatever you leave, people not going to remember you by it.
Right. And they may not even continue it on, you know, but, you know, that's Dubai. Oh, you want to add something?
Yeah, actually, I want to add about the not just the weather, because the weather is kind of the same.
As Nairobi?
Yeah, when we left Nairobi and we went there, right, I was like, oh, this is comfortable too. But no, wait, I forgot. We were there in a good part of the year. It gets hot.
Oh, yeah, it does get hot. We were there at a perfect time of the year.
It was perfect. That weather was, it was on par in Nairobi at the time. But I know overall Nairobi has the best weather because it's the same all year pretty much. For us.
So the best time to go to Dubai is in December.
Yeah, I think so.
Me too.
But I will say, man, that if you look out your window, you might see a dust storm out there because I see the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference.
The cars are like dusty.
Yeah, in the U.S., when we're in the South, I know the North doesn't have that. We have what you call pollen, and that's, you can't hardly breathe off of that thing. It's like a dust storm, and I saw that in Dubai. But in Kenya, I haven't seen anything close to that. So I still have allergies in Kenya, like with slight, like nothing's triggered. I just have my normal everyday allergies. I don't sneeze or anything like that. But I can see how Dubai could maybe activate some of that for people.
Yeah,
and you better have your lotion too, because you're going to be dry.
Lotion and water.
Right.
You know what else I think like South Carolina in the U.S. could kind of copy from even Nairobi and Dubai?
What's that?
Better malls. Because when you have a community like South Carolina gets so hot in the summer, it almost feels like 100 degrees.
Right.
We need a reprieve. We need places we could, well, you guys need because we live in Nairobi, but you know, I think people need a place where they can go. Like Nairobi, there's everything in the mall. In Dubai, there's everything in the mall.
Right, it's an event when you go. It's not like you're going to get a shirt and you going home.
Right.
It's not the same.
Right. Even the Burj Khalifa and the fountain show is connected to the mall.
Right now, that part, that's the best part of Dubai, right there. The Burj Khalifa, seeing the sights, all that stuff. But everything else, man, give me Nairobi all day.
Okay, and so let's talk on one last thing before we wrap up. Let's talk about the safety factor. How did you feel it was safer for us in Dubai than it was for us in Nairobi? And give like an example.
No, see, this is the thing, right? We walk from the hotel to the train, right, which is not a far walk, but it was night, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt safe. It was like I ain't feel anything. Like,
Yeah.
people don't talk to you for one, and they know they better behave.
Yeah, and it was sundown. The sun was
Right.
clearly down. It was nighttime when we came back, and we don't typically be out at night.
Yeah, we don't ever like walk at night in Nairobi because it's not necessary for where we are.
Yeah.
But we walk in the daytime a lot, and I don't ever feel I don't ever feel anything.
But would you walk at night in Nairobi like you walked in Dubai?
Probably
train to the-
no, probably not, because it's not really, because people in Nairobi don't do crime like we do in the U.S. Right?
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it's dark.
It's the infrastructure,
It's the-
right?
yes, it's the
So
infrastructure.
yeah, a portion of the sidewalk can just be like not illuminated, and
Yeah.
so you'll have illumination on one side of the street, but not the other side, and we're just not used to.
Dubai's infrastructure is probably better than the U.S. Just
It
to be
is.
honest with
It's
you.
amazing.
I mean, so I can't say anything about that.
Because there's even some parts of the U.S. that I'm not going to walk because the lighting,
A lot of it.
because the streets are not illuminated enough
yeah.
in some areas.
I ain't really walking the U.S. streets. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really walking anywhere at night.
It's
I'm getting
true.
too old. I don't have time to be out at night. Everything I need to do is in the daytime anyway. So
So,
good.
as far as Dubai, we think Dubai is an amazing city with a lot of unique attractions, but Nairobi feels like home because it aligns better with our values, our lifestyle, and our goals.
Dubai is a place for me, right? If you're just gonna stay a tourist, it's a place to visit, a place you need to see once, right? Twice. I know some people live there. Yeah, I get it. But for us,
Right.
like the whole community, the food, the
Yeah,
weather,
all of it matters.
we're going back to Kenya.
Yeah, so let us know down in the comment section, guys, what is it that makes a place feel like home for you? Like, why do you live where you live? If you are an expat, if you've left Kenya and moved somewhere else, if you left your country and moved to another country, let us know what helped you make those decisions and what made that place feel like home for you.
Hey, I got one question for all the Kenyans if you're watching. We have to stay here longer than what we want to, just to be honest with
In
you.
the U.S.?
Right, but so because we have a time between what we really have to do and to be back
Right.
in Kenya. So this is the thing, right? I'm trying to sneak to Kenya for a month and then come back, right? Because I know I got to come back in a month or so. Could anybody have any suggestions in the comments how I do that cheaply? Because I'm ready to go home. When I say home, I mean Nairobi right now. So please, somebody in the comments, tell me I can get back and forth cheaply.
Let us know down in the comment section. We appreciate you guys for watching, and we will catch you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and let us know what you think.
All right, but die.